Now, of course, it's of no surprise to me that as I was loading into the test place working on an unrelated video, they added the Colt Mars. But it's of no surprise that by the name alone, you can already tell that of like the 17 or so AR-15 style of guns in this game, they just have to add another. And it's pretty predictable what it is. I mean, but it's new though. It's, you know, I get excited whenever they add new guns because it's something new to play around with in game. So let's analyze the new Colt Mars. Fair warning, this is only in the test place, by the way. So before you ask why it's not in the main game, that's why. There's your warning. So just looking at it on the surface, we finally have a gun that is a lower level. People have been complaining for a long time that they only add like rank 200 guns. Like one of the more recent ones is the, where is it? The cannon, which is the highest rank gun in the game at 222. I have it, but I'm still pretty far away from that after like 6 years of gameplay. So it's nice to see whenever, hold on, where is it? I've already lost it. It's nice to see a rank 36 gun. That's good. I would say that this is a good comparison to compare with the M4A1, which is basically going to be like the same thing. Except interestingly enough, it has quite a little bit lower damage in terms of maximum damage. However, a faster fire rate. Also, one thing that I noticed about the Model 2, ambidextrous fire select, which we don't have on the other guns. So that's nice for us lefties out there. Now, the typical out is 1.4 headshot multiplier and 1.0 torso multiplier. That's your average thing for like pretty much any gun in this game. However, on the Colt Mars, we're rocking a 1.5 headshot multiplier, but it still has the same time to kill as the M4A1, so it doesn't really change anything in that aspect. Damage range is pretty okay for what it is. Oh, body armor? What's going on here? What's going on here? Something's going on in the test place, and I'm interested. Now, if we just look at the model in-game, it's definitely more favorable to look at, comparatively speaking, because a lot of the other AR-15 style guns don't really have that nice of models. They're very dated, and this looks nice. It looks kind of like a refresh type of, you know, look. I also like the iron sights a lot. They're kind of more closed off. It looks pretty nice in that regard. And just stock. I mean, accuracy is not that bad. It is not that bad. For this type of gun, that's pretty typical, but considering that we have some higher base damage, or I should say like range damage at 21, being able to do a 5-shot with a pretty accurate gun at a distance is actually pretty good. Now, of course, we've got to actually see what's available here, and I'm already immediately noticing a conversion that is on nothing else, which is the 9x30mm Mars, which is, it basically just turns it to an M4A1, in terms of damage. Okay. Is there anything else unique to this, I wonder? Remove stock, retract stock, full stock. That's pretty typical for this type of gun. Everything looks pretty much standard for this. Though there is a squad barrel, so if I wanted to make it into a real M4A1, I could just... It's just another AR-15 style of gun. We have so many of these. I feel like at this point they're just doing this to make me angry because I'm always talking about how annoying these are. Oh yeah, that's right. They have a Mars sight. So we'll use the Mars sight on the Colt Mars. Okay. I'll go ahead and build a loadout for this real quick. Hold on. Honestly, not that bad. This looks really, really mean. I think that looks great. Recoil is pretty similar actually to what it is stock. Like I said, stock, it's actually not bad as you saw a second ago. And dang, that's actually, it's just like every other AR-15 style gun in this game. Yeah, I mean, like... It's normal. Having that higher headshot multiplier too is nice compared to using like M4A1 or something like that. And personally, I'm somebody who likes having better damage range. Maps are pretty big in Phantom Forces, so it's nice to be able to have that over having 3-shot at CQC. Of course, depending on the situation, but that's why I'm saying typically. One thing that I think would be a decent comparison would actually be to the M16A1, which is the other like OG AR-15 style platform thing, which they're going to be soon adding to the main game. Now, let me just, I know that I spent a minute like putting all these attachments together, but I'm just going to rip them all off of this real quick here. Damage is basically the same. You get the higher fire rate with the M4A1 though, or sorry, M16A1. Interestingly enough, you're getting lower recoil on this, probably because of the fact that it has a lower fire rate, so that definitely contributes, no doubt. Multiplier is different. Damage range is higher on the M16A1 though, obviously with longer barrel, but it still has the same style of iron sight, which I think looks really good. Yeah, recoil is a lot heftier on the M16A1 actually, just looking at it by default. So as if there's not enough AR-15 style or M4 style, whatever you want to call it, guns in this game, we're getting 2 more. They're doing body armor though, so that's cool. I doubt that it actually has any purpose other than cosmetic, but hey, it's neat. Again though, I just don't understand why they have to add so many of these. Like, I mean, you know what AR-15 style gun that I want to see is the AR-57. Funnily enough, they actually have it in the new Modern Warfare, but it's basically just they take an M4 and they glue a P90 magazine onto the top of the handguard, and it's pretty cool. But no, instead we get something that is like a clone copy of the Colt SMG. It's like, I mean, minus the fact that I have attachments on this, it's basically the same exact thing. No, they took the 5.56 off of this. They can't do that. That was my favorite. No. Okay, I see what they did. So, oh, that makes me angry. For those of you who don't know, the Colt SMG right here, one of my favorite guns in the entire game, it used to have, apparently used to have now, a 5.56 conversion on this. 5.56 by 30, I believe it was, which is coincidentally the conversion that is on this. 5.56 by 30, you can see right there. They've done this before. I don't remember what the other gun was, but I did a video on that too, where, no, I remember, it was, hold on. It was something to do with the old Glock models. They used to have like a fully auto conversion for one, and then they split it off into a second gun. That's exactly what they're doing here, is they're taking one gun that has a conversion here that turns it into a different gun, and they're splitting it off into its own model. So basically, they're just stretching the line of guns that they can add to the game, which is just insane to me considering that there are so many guns out there that they can add to this game. So many different ones from history. And speaking of history and historical setups and stuff, I'm going to be releasing a video in a couple of days here on like historical setups that are super cursed. It's going to be a blast. You're not going to want to miss it. So subscribe with notifications on stuff and you'll be able to see it. Cool. But like I was trying to say, there's so many different historical weapons they can add. There's so many different unique modern weapons that they can add. So many different prototypes. There's so many other options, and yet they choose to butcher a gun that's already in the game and make it into its own gun. Okay. Man, I mean, it's whatever. It's like, it's a new gun to the game. I'm always hyped for that, I guess, to a degree, just to, you know, have more choices. But there was already a choice to use this exact thing with another gun already. So, like, why? I don't know. Interesting. It's an interesting choice in my mind. I don't really know. But let me know what you think below. I mean, you know, it's going to be cool. Will you actually use this? You know, it's only rank 36, so I guess that might be a bit more beneficial because I think that the Colt SMG is a higher level or something. Yeah, okay, so the only real benefit that you're getting here is that the Colt SMG with that conversion was a higher level and a higher kill requirement. So now for a lower level, you'll be able to get the same experience. So I'm sure that this is going to be a lot friendlier to newer levels who want something like this, but really there's a lot of things that are basically similar to this already as is. I just don't understand. But let me know what you think in the comment section below, like I said. I'd love to know what you think about this. Bro, no way. I saw that. The game's trying to hide it from me, dude. It's literally the Colt SMG model even. Come on. But if you like the video, get subscribed. I'd appreciate it. I do videos like this. I review all the new stuff. I check out stuff that's already in game. And, I don't know. I'm very skeptical of this. Well, I've actually kind of gone and used it for a little while, and I gotta say, I do enjoy it, but really, I'm not really noticing too much of a difference between this and the Colt SMG that I currently use in-game that has this, basically this exact same conversion on it. The gun sounds nice. It's nice to have a more updated model. I'm glad to see that. I'm not a huge fan of, like, having the old models. As much as I like old Roblox stuff, for a game like this, I don't know. I just kind of want it updated a little bit, I guess, if that makes sense. Hello. Alan is Bat. Is he really? Is that true? So I went ahead and put on the same attachments even that I use on that Colt SMG, and I'm just like, it's just the same thing. There's no difference. I just don't get why they keep adding so many of the same thing. I mean, I would love to see like a freaking M1 Garand or an M249 or an M240B. Like I said, it's not really bad. It's just not unique. Not everything has to be super unique either, but honestly, I'd rather another AK instead, to be honest. I just realized the knife gets its own crosshair now. That's cool. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think below. One more funny thing is we also already basically got this miniature M4 type of thing with the C8A2. It's like literally the exact same thing. Oh, stylus. Level 2.
Well.
Oh, you heard that?
Oh, negative 11 degrees.
All right, well, we know that it's cold, boy.
It's in this bathroom.
Bathroom ghost.
You guys didn't hear that?
Dude, it was like... Who did that? Who did that?
We're good to go. He opened it for us.
Hey, thank you. It's so nice of him.